Hello, this is Mr. Painter with another fabulous IXL tutorial. Today we're working on the O7. That's right, we're going to find the missing angles in a triangle. This is one of the easier IXLs that I've done, and the reason we're going to do it is because all three angles, 1, 2, and 3, when you add up all three angles, this will give you 180 degrees in a triangle. And that's right, it's always 180 degrees. So to find the missing angle in a triangle, you need to subtract out the 87 and the 62 from the 180. And whatever's left over from that triangle is your remaining side. All right, and feel free to use a calculator if you need to. So the first part here is, let's get rid of the 87. So 180 degrees minus 87 will take us to, and like I said, feel free to use a calculator if you need to. So I got 180 minus 87. It's going to take us to 93. So now we have a 62 degrees that needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out the 62 degrees and subtract that from our 93. So 93 minus 62, this one's pretty straightforward. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 9 minus 6 is 3, which is 31 degrees. Now, 31 degrees, because we have subtracted the other two angles from the triangle, is our remaining angle, and therefore is what's going inside the box. Pretty easy, right? Subtraction, right? So you just subtract out what you need. All right, let's go ahead and do another one. So again, we got a triangle, 180. Let's get rid of that blue. There we go. Okay, 180 degrees. Let's start with the 74 has to go, minus 74. So 180 degrees minus 74 is 106 degrees. 74 is done. Now we have an 80 here, needs to go. So let's subtract out 80 from the 106. So 106 minus 80. 106 minus 80. Yeah, we can use a calculator on this one. It's 26. 26 degrees. And that's our remaining degrees. All right, so 26 degrees there. Okay, and look at, we're at 23 already. All right, you get the idea. So here we go. Try this one with me as I do it on the calculator. So in your calculator, type in 180, or your phone, or whatever you got to use for a calculator. Okay, so I got 180 minus, I'm going to subtract that 48 first. And when I do that, it gives me 132. And when I subtract 90, which is the right angle, it leaves me with 42 left. So final answer here is 42. And it continues. So we have 180. Let's subtract out 37 first. So 180 minus 37 gives us 143. And when we subtract 143 minus 90, which will give us the final answer of 53. Get it? Not bad at all. All right. Now they're going to take out the picture, but it's the same thing again. Two of the angles of the triangle measure 25 degrees and 38 degrees. What's the measure of the third angle? So same thing. We're going to take 180. And I'll write this one out so we don't lose anybody. 180 degrees minus 25 degrees. And I'll just keep it going. Minus 38 degrees equals the answer that you're looking for. All right, so here we go. We got 180 minus 25 minus 38. And this leaves me with 117 degrees, which is a pretty big angle, 117 degrees. That's also called obtuse, because it's bigger than 90 degrees. So this is an obtuse angle. All right, Two of the angles in the triangle measure 90 and 66. So same thing. We're going to go ahead and put 180 minus 90, which leaves you with 90 left. And that 90 left minus 66 is going to take us to 24 degrees. So 24 degrees. Again, subtraction is the key here. We're just subtracting stuff out. All right, two of the angles of the triangle measure 10 degrees and 159 degrees. Whew. It's going to be just very little left. All right, let's measure the third angle. So 180 minus 10 takes us to 170. But 170 minus that 159 is going to leave us with 11 degrees. So final answer here is 11 degrees. All right, two of the angles in the triangle measure 31 and 99. What's the measure of the third angle? So same thing. We start with the 180 minus 31 minus 99. And that leaves me with exactly 50, which is 50. All right, clicking along here at 65. All right, a right triangle has one angle that measures 25 degrees. What's the measure of the other acute angle? All right, so a little bit of vocabulary here. A right triangle is always 90 degrees. So we have a 90 here for something called a right triangle. Put those in parentheses. You got your 25 here. The word acute here means less than 90. So whatever your answer should be, it should be less than 90. So you're giving you a hint here, less than 90 degrees. All right, so we got 180. So that has not changed. It's still a triangle. 180 minus a right angle of 90 degrees is still 90. And that 90 degrees minus 25 degrees leaves us with 65 degrees. So that acute angle is 65 degrees, which is less than 90 degrees. So we're pretty positive it's going to work. So there we go. All right, multiple choice. I love it. Okay, an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle is where two of the sides are the same. So like, for an example, this side and this side are matching. So isosceles triangle, two sides are matching. Okay, has an angle that measures 80 degrees. So let's just call here 80. Now, if these two sides match here, this would mean these two corners would also match. So what other angles could be in that isosceles triangle? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 180, subtract out 80. So let's write this one out so you can see it. So it's 180 minus 80. Okay, so 180 minus 80 gives you 100 degrees left. Now, those 100 degrees count for both that missing side and that missing side. However, because there is 2 missing angles there, we're going to divide by 2. So 100 divided by 2 would be 50 degrees. So here it says choose all that apply. Well, there only can be one right answer because these have to be the same. So 50 degrees will be the correct answer here. And let's see what happened here. An isosceles triangle here. Let's see. And it helps to learn. See what happened. So an isosceles triangle is an angle that measures 8 degrees. Okay, answer 50. There are 2 isosceles triangles that, because the other 2 angles could also be 80. See, sneaky. All right, so I got the 50 degree part right, but they need to include the 80s going the other way as well, which would give you the 20. All right. And, oh yeah, we need to include the original angle too. All right, so we're good. Okay, it's learning as you go. It's not a big deal. My score dropped a little bit, but hey, it happens. So we're going to go up to 80 still. All right, 2 of the angles in a triangle measure. Okay, now we're back down a little bit, so I just got to do 180. Subtract 158 minus 9. So 180 minus, I just want to make sure I put it in correctly. minus 9. Takes me to 13. 13 there. A right triangle has one angle that measures 60 degrees. What's the measure of the other acute angle? So remember, a right triangle has a 90-degree angle. So let's do 180 minus 90. We got that one memorized. 180 minus 90 is 90. And 90 minus 60 leaves us with 30 left. So this one's got to be a 30. All right, we're at 73. Man, we're back at it. Okay, now let's go ahead and clear that 90 from our last problem. So we're back to the isosceles triangle. So because it has an angle that measures 30, that automatically has to be another 30. Because remember, an isosceles triangle has 180. So here's our isosceles triangle. Remember, two sides are the same. We know that part. All right. So if, let's see, we have a 30. So what if these are both 30s? So if that's a 30, this one must be a 30, which leaves us with this mystery angle here. So let's see. 180 minus 30 is 150. 150 minus another 30 would take us to 120. So 120 could be this other angle up here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and delete those 30s. What if the 30 was up here? So you have 180 minus 30 would lead you to 150. But 150 divide 2, which would give you 75 and 75. Get it? Because all the angles still add up to 180. So in this case, we're going to choose 30, 75, and 120. I hope I'm right this time, because last time I fell back. There we go, 77. Almost there. All right. We're going to clear the screen. Okay, one angle of the right triangle measures 70 degrees. What is the measure of the other acute angle? Oh, right triangle. This is that right triangle thing again. So right triangle is 90. 180 minus 90 is 90. And 90 minus 70 leaves us with 20 degrees. So that was not bad. And I'll do one more. It's another one of those isosceles triangles one, because you guys might not be as lucky as having just one or two of those. I'm at 81 right now. I would be done, but again, it's an isosceles triangle. Just so I can explain it one more time. So remember, an isosceles triangle is a triangle where two of the sides match. Okay, so that side matches that side. Yeah, it's not perfect on the screen, but hey, for painter work, it's good. All right. Let's say, okay, first of all, if I call this 120 and I call this 120, if you subtract 180 degrees minus 120 and minus 120, you'd be in the negatives. So one more time. Remember, all angles have to add up to 180 degrees. But because if you have 120 here and 120 here, that's 240 degrees, which is larger than 180. So 120s cannot go on the two matching corners. So with that being said, 120 could only go here in this particular case. So 120 subtracted from 180 leaves us with 100, not 100, let's see. 180 minus 120. Oh, it's 60. Yeah, so leaves us with 60. I like that 8 and 2. That helps me out. But because 60 has to go here, and because 60 degrees has to go here, we have to divide that by 2, because that's them two added up. So 60 degrees divided by 2 is 30. And I don't think there's any other right answer. I don't know how they're getting 50. Don't do it. 20, no, because again, so I'm going to try 30. Yeah, I got it right. With that being said, this concludes this fabulous IXL tutorial. Thank you and have a wonderful day.